Before we dive in, I've got something for you. If you're studying for the ARE, you don't need to figure it out alone. Inside my free resource hub, you'll find study guides, resource guides, pop quizzes, and other tools designed to make exam prep a whole lot easier. Head to dci.beyoungdesign.com/resources or check the link in the show notes to grab it now. It's completely free. All right, enjoy the show. If you find yourself procrastinating on literally anything, you're going to want to listen to this. Let's just talk about it. Let's talk about procrastination for a minute. And why? Because I am in it right now. Like literally sitting down. It is right now 10:30. It took me over an hour to sit down and just start recording. And it's not because I don't love this. It's not because I don't want to create content for you. And it's not because I don't have ideas. I literally have an entire notes dump with probably 2 years worth of content if I created content every single week. It's not the lack of resources. It's not the lack of content. It's not the lack of, setup. Yet there's still procrastination. And if you are taking your exams, you know exactly what this is like. When you have your textbooks sitting there on your desk, you know logically what you need to do next. Maybe you even have a study plan. But you're just paralyzed. I find myself often get in that paralyzed mode where I'm doing something different, or all of a sudden I find myself scrolling or doing something that is so irrelevant or not needed or anything when I logically know what I need to do next. And it's so easy to get in that. And when you are in that, it's really hard to hear from someone else, oh, well, just go read this book, or, go look at your calendar. What do you have on the to-do list? And I had other plans on what video to make today, but because I felt so paralyzed, I realized that I think I need to make a video about this. Because if you have an exam coming up and you literally can't find the energy or the brain power to sit down and study, and you end up rescheduling it, or you end up feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm going to fail, or you feel guilt about it because you know what you should be doing, quote unquote, should be doing, this is for you. And I often make my videos based on a gut feeling. Okay, this is what I feel called to make a video or a podcast episode about. Now, the problem with that is that ebbs and flows, right? There is cycles of energy or cycles of inspiration. Last night, I didn't sleep at all, and I had all these ideas and was so inspired. And then today, found myself feeling really paralyzed on what to do next, which is very ironic. So one of my biggest tips to help me when I am out of this is, one, go do something different. So I just went live on Instagram just to kind of pop me out of that paralyzed state. And then I found that even after that, I still felt a little bit paralyzed. So the other thing I typically will try to do is go work out. I didn't do that today. Probably should have taken my dog on a walk. Actually, I played with her in the backyard a little bit. But sometimes even that will just push you out of that feeling and get your body moving and get you out of that state of, I keep saying paralysis, but that's really the only thing I can think of it as, the only thing I can really compare it to. I will sometimes find myself literally sitting and staring at a wall, just stuck. And ironically, I have been told that this can be a symptom of ADHD. So that's a whole nother topic. But I do find that there are tricks that can help me when I'm feeling that. First of all, being kind with myself and knowing that usually my energy is in cycles, whether that's a 1-day cycle or a 1-month cycle. It's different for everybody. I actually go a lot more into the cycles and how to harness your study plans based on your individual cycles inside the ultimate study plan, something a little different that literally changed how I run my business. Because I used to feel like when I was in these states, something was wrong and I needed to be going and doing and producing all the time. And when I started actually figuring out what that cycle, what that energy cycle looked like for me, it allowed me, first of all, to have more grace for myself, but then also to really like rest when I need it, so that when I have that energy and those peak times, that I am really productive. And what it made me realize is it's not always procrastination if I'm in that like lower energy time. So instead of feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm a procrastinator, I don't get things done, I'm delaying, I'm sabotaging my progress, instead, I would be like, oh, it's my time for rest. And that energy and the dedication to whatever that it is, maybe it's studying for you, whether for me it's business or creating content, that will come back. Now, ironically, I am in a state right now, technically, of energy. Like I'm in my time of energy, which is why I didn't sleep well last night and had all the creative ideas and everything. But for some reason, still felt really resistant to wanting to get on here and talk. So when you are feeling that, when you've already figured out your energy cycles and you know that like, okay, this is a time when I have more energy. I actually do feel like excited and have ideas and have motivation wouldn't be the right word, but I want to do this. But you still feel this paralysis, you still feel like you can't get started, or you find yourself all of a sudden like reorganizing your medicine cabinet. Which like honestly saying that I'm like, ooh, I could go, my kid's not home right now. Instead of this, I could go organize my house or, no, that is my delaying it. So what I do when that happens is I say, okay, I'm just going to get started. It's going to be really little, like I'm only going to get started for 5 minutes and it's going to be messy. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to have everything laid out. So, for example, with this video, I said, I'm just going to sit down and hit record. I don't have to have notes. I don't have to have like a whole thing. I'm just going to start talking and see what happens. And I'm just going to it's going to be a short one. It doesn't have to be a long episode. It doesn't have to be anything. I'm just going to sit down. If it ends up being a 5-minute episode, perfect. And we're at 8 minutes now. So what that tells me is that if I can just like interrupt the pattern of paralysis, often that can be the tiny bit of momentum that you need in order to move forward and in order to get going. So if you're studying for exams, for example, don't feel like you have to have everything perfectly laid out. That sometimes can be part of our procrastination. If we feel like, okay, I have to have all my highlighter colors, got to have all my notes, let me have my perfect lighting, I'm going to have like the music playing, I'm going to have my tea, it's going to be the perfect setup. First of all, amazing, love it. Second of all, if you find yourself getting in that for longer than 5 minutes, you're procrastinating. So just do it dirty. Like, get shit done. Honestly, that's how I am a lot with like business when I find myself really procrastinating. I'm like, just get it done. For example, the activity book for architects, when I very first put that out, it had been an idea in my brain for like a year. And I kept procrastinating, feeling like it needed to be perfect. So instead, I said, forget it. I'm putting it out dirty. I'm going to charge $6 for it. And it's going to be beta and rough and messy. And we're going to reevaluate it. And Eventually, after 2 years of evolution based on feedback and based on what people wanted and what they hated and what they needed, then it was good. But if I hadn't put it out messy and dirty, I would have always been in that perfectionist mode. It would have never really been ready. And I also wouldn't have been able to get that feedback. So where does feedback show up in the exams or in other parts of our life? For example, taking the exam. The exams really are feedback. Your results are data to tell you what you are doing right, what you're doing wrong, where you need to focus, where you don't need to focus, what's working for you, what's not working for you. So when we can look at our exams as feedback, then we know what to do next. But if we're never getting in there and taking the exams because of that procrastination, that paralysis, the perfectionism, what feedback do you have? You will always be not ready, or you will always be wanting to make sure it's done right. But how do you know what right is unless you're getting in there and getting feedback? So it can feel, especially for us architects, for us designers, it can feel hard to do things messy and without the perfect detail. But I will tell you, that is the only way. Again, I'm going to just say it, to get shit done. It's the only way to move forward, to fail, to learn, to figure out what works and what doesn't. It's the only way to eventually iterate and make it quote unquote perfect. What is perfect? There is no such thing. But it's the only way to get into the details. If you just put it there, put it out, get the feedback, figure out what works and what doesn't. So this is my procrastination video. If you are procrastinating, if you have held back, get in there. Just do it. Just do something. Just stop this video right now, like it and subscribe, and then stop this video right now, pull out your notes or your textbook and read one page. Or open up the ABC Club for our ABC Club members and take one pop quiz. That's literally like 5 questions. Just do one thing. And then that one thing may propel you into another, and then to another, and schedule that exam. Take it. Get that feedback. And that will create momentum. You have to do it messy to create the momentum. So here's my messy video. I hope this is helpful for you. Let me know what your top tip is when you are in that state of procrastination. And let me know, do you get in that paralysis as well? Do you sit and stare at walls, not knowing how to move forward? And I will tell you, I teach this. I tell people how to get out of this. We work through this with our MOA members. And I still find myself resisting it sometimes, like this morning. And I just told myself, I know I just need 5 minutes, and I know I just need to get started. So F it, I'm pressing record, and we're doing it. And here we are. So hopefully that helps. That's it. I'm leaving you with that. Have a beautiful day. Talk to me. Let me know how you're doing. Write in the comments. Send me a DM on Instagram. Come hang out. And while you're waiting for the next video, go check out this one next. Bye. Thanks for listening today. Hey, remember, you've got free resources waiting for you at dci.beyoungdesign.com/resources. And when you're ready for deeper support and to come hang out with us, join us inside the ABC Club and ABC Club Premium, where you are going to get the help you need to pass your exam and actually enjoy the process. So don't let another week go by without moving forward. Take action. You got this. Check the links in the show notes and join us inside the club.